So this video is a recap of today's trading for Tuesday, August 25th. So let's just show the gangs for today, 1700, mainly Amazon calls. So essentially, I was counter trending, and like I said on previous videos, I'm expecting a pullback, a downturn, that may lead to more selling. So I think the bigger opportunity is when the market turn and you can make quite a bit of money. However, today's another interesting day. I mean, it never fails to amaze me, to be honest. I mean, the VIX, you can see the VIX was showing strength, and you are having sellers and technical analysis, momentum traders or whatever. They were looking at it and they were saying, hey, it's time for a pullback. It's time for a pullback. But guess what happened? They sold off the VIX. The QQQ here went to another all-time high. I mean, the QQQ is just strong, and so for today I made 1700 on a counter trend again, and I'm tired of counter trending. As you can see, I'm being counter trending, counter trending. I got a scalp results on Friday, but I haven't trended correctly. And tomorrow, I'm hoping to trend correctly, and make at least 3,000 tomorrow. I mean, I am tired of these small gains. Even though it is positive, I am 15 days positive, 3 days negative, and these are silly mistakes on Fridays, option expirations that, yeah, that's not gonna happen again. But anyhow, um, what is gonna happen tomorrow? So tomorrow, the QQQ should break out. I mean, it's just showing signal that it should break out. And here's the QQQ. If you look at this, Um, it ended at the high for essentially the all-time high, and you're almost certain that pre-market or pre-market for the QQQ, they're gonna manipulate it and it's gonna be up. So expect tomorrow for the pre-market that the QQQ is gonna be up here. So Amazon is gonna be positive. Tesla is gonna be positive. So let's look at Amazon. Um, so Amazon closed here at a relatively even number, 33.50. So tomorrow pre-market should be at 33.56. And then it should open like that, and it should run up with the QQQ as they're gonna try to break out and try to get more momentum buyers back into Amazon, back into the QQQ, get some shorts covering, because as I said, um, people were watching the VIX, and so there's some new shorts and new players that, I guess shorters that were expecting, and they're carrying positions expecting a pullback. I mean, the technical was just showing a pullback. Today, I sent a video earlier this morning that I suspect something is different, but I don't know what's going on. Either the feds know it or institution or some, they know it and they are rescuing this technical failure of the market. They're seeing signals and they are rescuing it, which is a little bit strange to me. But this type of manipulation is, I mean, it never fails to amaze me. But so the QQQ is gonna be pushed higher, and that means the typical names are gonna get pushed higher. You're gonna expect more upside for Amazon, more upside for Tesla, Apple. Apple should recover above 500 tomorrow. Where is, here it is. So you can look, just to recap. So during the pre-market, it was weak, and I was mentioning how I was expecting it to be, they're gonna flush it down, or they're gonna have these smackdowns that you see yesterday. Um, and it didn't happen. So if you look at here, you said here's yesterday where it pushed up, and then you get these smackdowns on Amazon, and you see it on Tesla. Um, you see the smackdown here on Tesla, and of course the QQQ. You see these smackdowns, and so when you get these smackdowns where there's rapid sellers that just hit the market and it hits the bids, and you got a lot of tight stops, it just essentially takes out the stops, and then you get more sellers. So all of these, the programs, the algorithms, they see it, and so they force it down. But then the buyers come back in, or the feds or whatever manipulate it and comes back in. And today I was expecting, because the pre-market was weak, here's the pre-market, selling off in the pre-market. I was sure that today was going to be a down day. I was sure that any buying was going to get hit with a smackdown, and they were just going to smack it down below 282. It didn't happen. I mean, it's just buyers just went in, and I don't know, they see the technical weakness and the feds or whatnot. It's just amazing me, to be honest. So essentially, I was counter trending. Had I played it correctly, obviously I would have sold the puts here. I mean, this is a good. Normally, when I'm trending correctly, as in I'm reading the market correctly, and I know that you're gonna see buyers after this initial sell-off. This is a good, $2,000 gains that I didn't get. Um, but what I'm actually doing is I'm carrying a position of Amazon puts, sold the puts. So I have a small position that I'm hoping to cover after the run up tomorrow on the pre-market, and reassess what's the direction for Amazon. Um, so Amazon is going to be my chief instrument to play again tomorrow. I've been trying to switch over to Tesla, but it's been difficult. Tesla has been difficult to read. And here is Tesla again. It's weak. So pre-market is weak, and then it opens up, and then you got a lot of buyers that, after the small little tail here, you got buyers, and it went all the way positive, which was confusing to me that they got that many buyers. So there's too many, I don't know, too many false signals. It's just difficult for me to read Tesla, unlike Amazon. Amazon is a lot easier to read. You can see Amazon, after at this 100-day moving average, they push it up, and then it fails, before it hits the VWAP. I mean, this is a classic clean signal, a failing doji, and I can sell the calls, and it ride it down. And here's another classic doji, with a tail, and they ride it back up. You don't get this type of clean signal on Tesla, and because here, they got buyers coming up, but they ran it all the way into the positive, which is very hard to. I mean, it's hard to play when it's behaving erratically. It's not logical that you have sellers, I mean buyers that buy it all the way to the positive. It should at most stop. Like here's this doji sig candle right? So you got this doji candle, and you're gonna have sellers and supported at the VWAP, and then at most it should have gone back up here. It shouldn't go all the way into the positive like that. Doing stuff like that is irrational, and it makes it very difficult to play, because at that point you can't trust your technical because it's not doing the way it should. Um, so you got to play a little bit more extreme on Tesla. Like, you got to wait maybe for the second candle of the doji, where here's a doji wick, and but it was positive. So how do you trust this to not be a head fake? Like, it could have been a head fake and then gone right, continue to go up some more. I mean, it's Tesla. It does what it does. So it's difficult to play, compared to Amazon. Amazon is so much cleaner. But one day I'm gonna catch Tesla on a good technical read. Yeah, look at this. It's all the way positive, then went all the way down here, and then went back all the way positive. It's just not, just too much whipsaw that it's. I guess I can play the extreme with Tesla. Like, just wait for the extreme like this point, and I don't even know if this is like qualifies as like extreme, but and then just have tight stops and just ride it. And here I could have played, but I didn't. So anyhow, for the QQQ, let's take a look at so the QQQ ran essentially all the way up, and is it up in the pre-market too? Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, they are really pushing this. This is now higher. Yeah, it is higher. Yep. Yeah, it's already pushing above in the aftermarket. So already the traders are expecting a heavy push tomorrow. So, and then Amazon, let's see what it's doing aftermarket. It's flat, but trust me, pre-market is gonna be up. And I guess if I was smart or brave, I would buy this right now in the aftermarket. But I don't do that. That's not my style. Um, I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not. Oops, wrong one. That was yesterday. Here it is. Um, Up a little bit in the aftermarket, and yeah, it's definitely, I could play if I could. I mean, if I were to play this, I could, I guess, buy this now and sell it tomorrow for maybe a 10-point gain in my 401k if I really want to, but I'm not. Um, so what about Apple? Um, Let me just take a look at Apple real quick. So Apple is this is not a positive sign for Apple, but this to me, I'm not gonna play Apple. This is although it is above the 5-day moving average, the fact that it's red today, um, and here is the intraday. Let me turn off the extended hours. So what am I looking at? It's hard to play this. Very hard to play this, and I'm not gonna play it. But the overall picture, I mean, had it closed like I thought it would close, where the VIX is up here and maybe even run up, then tomorrow would have been a sell-off and a very profitable day. I'm waiting for the sell-off so I can make $10,000-$20,000 in a day, but it's not gonna happen tomorrow. Guarantee you, it's not gonna happen. The VIX has deteriorated. This is a doji reverse signal, which means it went up and then it went back down, which means whoever the buyers of the VIX, they had to cover, or sold for a loss. The SPY is now just pushed higher to all-time highs. The Dow Jones is above the 5-day moving average. TNA, which is IWM, is above the 5-day moving average. The retails is above QQQ. This is just positive. Across the board, this is just positive. So the bias for tomorrow, I'm just gonna put it now. And maybe I will be wrong, but I will be trending positive tomorrow. So tomorrow, if it ends positive, I will be trending for the first time in a long time. I will be trending and hopefully make 2-3 thousand instead of these small little 1,000s. But I'm still waiting for the big reversal, because that big reversal is when I can make, 10, 20,000. You can't make much money right now on the upside, in my opinion, because if you look at Apple, and you look at Tesla, I mean, these instruments are just being pushed so heavy right now. I mean, it's just from where it's at, 1500, whether it's, breaking out, went all the way to 2120, and right now it's just barely 100 points away from its peak, and probably gonna push higher tomorrow. If you look at Amazon, this thing is breaking out again. Probably gonna push up to 33.75. Apple is still really high, so that's not much money you can make. I guess if Apple has an opportunity, if it runs up to 513, but it's hard to play that. To me, it's just hard to play that. Look at BABA. I mean, Alibaba has just broken out again, just breaking out, and I'm missing all these run up. I mean, look at BABA from where it broke out above the 5-day moving average, and it tested this 20-day moving average. And if I was smart, or if I just play the momentum correctly, got in at this point at the 254 and a half. That's a good 30 points from where it is right now, more than 30 points. I mean, that's 10, 20, $30,000 if I played it correctly. So, missing a lot of opportunity cost by counter trending. I mean, yeah, I am not liking the counter trending that is happening. I'm gonna trend tomorrow, and let's see how it goes. I mean, this trend, I can obviously change it at a moment switch, because I feel like at any time they're gonna switch the signal, and you're gonna get some selling signal to go the opposite way. But okay.